Today, folks, is the great Judy Green Pasture Farm. We are replacing our old pride of the farm plastic tank. It's funny, I put that tank in 2001. I told Isaac that, and Isaac was telling me that was the year that he was born. It was 2001. So we brought a generator with us, and Joel was our driller. Joel, you gonna bring that drill over here? Folks, this thing's a beast. This is a rotary drill. It's a Bosch. They called it Build G Extreme Max. Bosch, it's a Bosch hammer. But anyway, can you pull that bit out of there?
What's that?
It's not fitting in there.
Oh, you need to clean it out? Okay. Well, I'll let him get back to work. He's got to clean that last hole out. What we're doing, folks, we're mounting it on a concrete pad that the old pride of the farm was sitting on. We went with this is about an 800-gallon tank. That one was a 400-gallon. So it's almost double. I think this one's like 730 gallons, something like that. Anyway, look at that water coming. Isn't that beautiful? That's coming out of our pond up here on the hill. That is holding in there. We got a shut off right over here underneath that cap. I built that cap to keep possums out of my pipe. It's down in the ground about 3 foot. There's the pond dam up there. So we built that pond brand new, the landowner and I, in mid 2001. And I put this thing in. This is a waste of money, but I didn't know at the time. I'm going to use it on a farm where we have pressure. If you got pressure, those will work up to, that's a big one, it's a 20-gallon. I think they say you can water 75 to 80 head with that, but you can't water 300 to 400 head in the summer. It's just not enough pressure coming from gravity. But you look at what's going on here. I'll let the boys get done drilling and make a lot of noise. But they're the ones doing the work. Okay, now we're done. Beautiful. So we brought our trusty generator, our Honda generator back here with us. That's a slick little gizmo right there. That gives you power anywhere you need it. And that drill, get that, there you go, that sucker's hot. It's got these special spades on the end. So this drill will only take this type of bit. I've got a 3/4 and I've got a 1/2 inch. And we just sunk, I'll show you what we put in there. I've got an extra, brought an extra with me. So what I've got here, put a wrench on this, it'll go off. We got another tank to put in down the valley here. Anyway, so there's your 5-inch light bolt, and these are your lead heads. And just drill your hole. And on this one, we drilled a 3/4 inch hole. We drove that lead head down in the hole. And then I had my buddy that does all of our welding make these brackets up. These are just plain old angle iron. Get out of something where you can see it. There it is. And so that bolt is down in the ground. Well, the depth of that angle iron is a 1/4 inch. So it's in the ground 4 3/4 inches. And it's in this. This is what they call, I think they call them lead heads or something, but they work good. I mean, when you screw this, Joel's gonna show us how it works. When you put that in there, you start screwing on it. Watch that. There
See
you
that
go.
expands that crack.
Yep. And it gets this tight against the concrete where it can't pull out. I like them. I've used them for a long time. They just non-fail. They work great. So yeah. So the cattle have to drink this thing down really low and then lift on it to get it off of these. Not gonna happen. So shouldn't say it's not going to happen. We hope it never happens if they run out of water. Ozzy had a good idea on the way down here. We always put a hot wire over the top of this, and we tie in over there at the fence. Well, he talked about maybe drilling a hole through the concrete on each side, here and over there, and just running a fiberglass post down through our concrete, and then we'll run a feeder wire across to make it hot, and then it'll go up high and back over the fence. That way cows can circle this tank all the way around like what I'm doing, and they can drink from either side. Where before we had a wire hooked on clear over there. That's our paddock division. And it came across, and so they can only drink basically on 3 sides. There's a lot of water in there, guys.
Yeah, it's only 2/3 full. That's
Gee.
clean water too.
Huh?
Clean water.
Clean water. It almost looks like you go in there and drink that, doesn't it?
You can just sit in there and like crawl out.
It's warm enough today, it wouldn't feel too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, this old tank, it served its day. You can see it had some sediment in the bottom, but we watered cattle on this at all the way up to 30 below zero, 35 below zero in chill, and it never froze. I still can't believe we did that. Because if you look how close that valve is to the edge of this tank, you would have thought that the ice would have got, you know, the freeze would have got that, but it didn't. So this time, we drilled a hole more out in the center of the tank. And so it's got all this area around the tank, you know, basically with the weight on the ground. When the cattle are going to start drinking, they're going to seal the edge of that tank with just dirt and mud and such. So there won't be any air going underneath it.
I think it's gonna work sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost so clean.
So it's only got 2 seams. It's got that seam and then the bottom seam. Of course, I guess the seam around the edge too.
Yeah.
3 seams.
Well, the good thing, folks, is I don't see any water coming out from underneath it. which means we got a good seal. Oh, I gotta show you that. So we drilled a hole in the center of this tank, and we used this little deal right here. Folks, this is awesome, especially for metal tanks. You just chuck this up in a drill, and yeah, it's got the drill bit right there. You just drill, and this thing actually cuts a beautiful hole in your tank. And the valve that we bought, the tank, I guess you should say that the tank fitting, I bought this at Water and Sewer Supply. So that deal you're looking at there in the middle, that's a 2-inch brass valve, but it's hooked to a real heavy duty, high density polyethylene valve that, or fitting, bushing you might say. It goes all the way through the tank and hooks into the water line, which goes over here to the pond. So yeah, it's pretty darn durable.
The next project is we got to fix this. The valve.
Yeah,
Seen that?
I seen it. I don't want to look down this. It's
not leaking now. That's good.
Yeah, somehow that valve.
Well, it just the teeth got busted off of that gate valve. The handle.
Yep. And see, I had a guy warn me not to do that, and I didn't listen to him. So what we did, folks, is we went to Lowe's, and I bought a valve with a plastic handle on it.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
Plastic handle.
$35. And I could have bought a brass valve that same size for about $150. And you would never ever have to replace it.
Yep.
But no, I was trying to save money.
That lasted a while.
Well, it lasted 20.
Still, it gets working. You just gotta.
Yeah, but it's a pain.
Really twist it with your fingers.
Yeah. 23 years it lasted. That's going to be a fun one to fix right there.
I think we know Those are track co-op.
Johnny.
Yeah.
We got Johnny's name all over that one. Yeah.
That'd save us a lot of digging.
I'm not digging it up, Hank. It's gonna look like a grave by the time we get done with that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You gotta get that. You'd have to cut the pipe on the pond dam, like it'd be the
Yes.
pond pipes. You'd have to
Yes.
have your fitting there and
Joel's got to put on his hip waders so he can so he can jump down in the hole.
make sure it's the right size.
I was thinking Joel's gonna take his boots off, but he just dove in, man.
It was filling up.
It was filling up. You didn't have time to take your boots off. We're talking about the new farm, folks. We did a video on it. Joel and I cut a valve off the back of a dam, and I had a, what was it?
It was, you had a 2-inch for it, and the pipe was 1.5 inches. So we got ready to, all glued up, and we cut it and stuck it on there, and it didn't fit right.
And luckily, we had the little electric chainsaw.
Yeah.
I had you run to the truck and get it.
Yeah. We cut a little
limb.
limb that
Yep.
we jammed up in that pipe and shoved the fiberglass in front of it to keep it from coming out.
And that held.
It held while you ran to town and
Got the right valve.
fitting, and
Yeah.
was able to bail all the water out with a 5-gallon bucket.
That's a sick feeling. You know, you got a full pond, you just cut the valve on it and you can't stop it.
That was the spring too, but because we were dry.
Yeah.
Before that.
Oh yeah, we were losing water in the pond. We didn't want to lose water in it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was in a super drought, and then we got 1.25 inch flow of water. No, it was 1.5 inch
Yeah.
flowing out of it. See how much fun y'all can have? Folks, I'm going to end this. We got a beautiful tank here installed, and Isaac's going to adjust the float so it can fill on up a little bit more now. We've got a full tank. Before, you can see they'd had that's what I like about these valves, you can adjust the rope. See, he had it adjusted where it only filled up to there, which is just a little over a foot. We got 2 foot, so we're gonna use it. He's just gonna lengthen the rope out. The thing works just like a bathroom stool. You flush it, the float drops down, lets water in. This way the cattle drink it, the float drops down, and lets water in. So anyway, y'all have a good one. Hit that subscribe button way out, and we'll see y'all next time.